functions and relations. Okay, you've probably seen set notation in probability before. More than likely, it would have been in maybe Year 9 or Year 10 maths. First thing we're going to look at is set notation. So here we have got the intersect sign. If I have a set that has set A which has elements in it, I have a set B that has elements in it. If either of them have the same elements, we say that A intersects B for those elements. So it's in A and B, it's in both of them. If I have a set A and a set B, anything that's in A or B would be given for A. This is union. This is also known as intersects or and, union or. This is in A, but it's not in B. So we'll look further down, we'll be able to see how we apply this. So it means any element that's in the set A, but it's not in B. If A is a subset of B, that means that everything that's in A will also be in B. It doesn't necessarily mean the other way around, that everything is in B is in A, but everything that's in A, if it's a subset of B, everything that's in A will also be in B. And if we say X is an element of A, basically X is defined for all of the values that are in A. So it could be a set of numbers, or it could also be an interval. Okay, the real set of numbers is denoted by R. Real numbers are negative infinity to positive infinity. The set of rational numbers is denoted by Q. So rational is any number that can be displayed as a fraction or as a whole number. Something like a surd, like a square root or pi, they're irrational. The set of integers is denoted by Z. So from any negative whole number and any positive whole number, that's the set of integers. The set of natural numbers is a set of integers that are positive. It's debatable whether 0 is included or not. Maybe do a bit of research on it, but there's so many different things. Some people say yes, 0 is included. Some people say no, it's not. Okay, R plus is a set of real positive numbers, not including 0. So that's not only integers, it's every single real number. So 1.1, 1.2, everything in between. So it's continuous, like it's all those values. R minus is all real negative numbers, not including 0. If you want to include 0, you just say R plus or 0. That's just 0 by itself in a set, so it just means R plus and include 0 in that set. Don't put intersects because R plus doesn't intersect 0, so that's why it's R plus or 0. It's the set of positive real numbers including 0, so that's including 0. Okay, A is a set 1, 2, 3 and 7. B is a set 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I want to find A intersects B, I want to create the set that includes A and B in both of them. So if we have a look here, A has a 1, B doesn't. A has a 2, B doesn't. A has a 3 and B does, so we say 3 because it's in both of them, it intersects. And 7 is in both of them. So A intersects B is the set 3 and 7. The squiggly brackets means it's only those single values, just those integer values. A or B means it's anything that's in A or it's in B. So we don't double up. So I've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6, and a 7. So A or B is anything that's in A or in B or in both, but we don't double up if it's in both. What's in A that's not in B? In A I've got a 1, that's not in B. In A I've got a 2, that's not in B, so we say 1, 2. 3 is in both, 7 is in both. What's in B that's not in A? 3 is in there, 4's not. So 4's in B, but it's not in A. 5 is in B, but it's not in A. 6 is in B, it's not in A. 7 is in A. Okay, moving on from set notation, we've got interval notation. So interval is not just single values. In set notation, it's single values with the squiggly brackets. Interval notation is values between inclusive of values in between 2 points. If it's a round bracket, it means that endpoint is not included, which is what we've got here. If it's a square bracket, it means that it is included. Infinity always has a round bracket. So here I've got A to B. That means all values between A and B, but it doesn't include A and it doesn't include B, so that's why there's no equal sign. However, if I use square brackets, that's everything from A to B, and it includes A and B and everything in between. If I have a round bracket and a square bracket, that means it doesn't include A, it does include B, and it includes everything in between A and B. Likewise here, this includes A, it doesn't include B, everything in between is included though. A to infinity means X is greater than A. We could also say A is less than X, which is less than infinity. That's exactly the same thing. A to infinity, X is greater than or equal to A. This time it would be A is less than or equal to X, which is less than infinity. X is less than A. That means everything down to negative infinity, and it includes A. You could also say negative infinity is less than X, which is less than or equal to A. And we could also say here, negative infinity to A, that's negative infinity is less than X, which is less than A. Notice there's no equal to because it's not a square bracket. Okay, to put these intervals on a line, here, this interval means all X values from -2 to 3, and I include the endpoints. So we colour in the endpoints because they're included, and it's all values in between. -3 to 4, I'm not including 3, so I have an open bracket, and then 4, I have a closed bracket because it's included. When it goes downwards forever, it's because I want back to negative infinity, so it goes downwards forever, and it goes up until 5, it includes 5 because we've got a square bracket. If I want between -2 and 4, I don't include -2 or 4, so they're open circles, everything in between. And here I don't include 3, so it's an open circle, and I'm going up to infinity, so I just put an upward arrow. But if it's less than, or it goes down to infinity, we go left. If we go up to infinity, we go right. And I've just stated here, closed circle indicates the number is included. I got a square bracket. An open circle indicates that the number is not included, so I would have round brackets.